Ponggol. Let me try this again. Mandai, Sembawang Road, Yishun Avenue 5, go straight to Central, Yishun Avenue 11, again, Yishun Avenue 11, and then across the dam, across the two artificial islands, and then to Ponggol Coast. To Ponggol Coast via North Shore. Next one, copying the exact same route, and then sending it to Sembawang, Admiralty Drive, Wellington, and then Canberra, but not Canberra MRT. I'm gonna send it backdoor, like Yishun Avenue 8, 7, 6, oops, and then just copy. One goes to Ponggol Coast, and then the other one is gonna go to Ponggol. So conceptually, it's supposed to look like this. The routes are like straightforward enough. It's like not too long, and I don't make them whine too much. But if you think it's not necessary for both of them to go Ponggol, because if you remember in my previous videos, I replaced 803 and 806 with 860, and I made 860 like this. Because I remember making 860 something along these lines. Oops, I mean like this. It's a little messy. And then I made 861 something like this. I mean to Chencharu. Because the thing is, with 806 gone, people feedbacked to me that like this corridor doesn't have like enough buses. So instead of sending 967 to Ponggol, if you think that it's not necessary to send like 171 is 967 to Ponggol, the alternative is to, from here, you go to Street 31, Yishun Ring Road, Yishun Avenue 11, and then I'm gonna send it either down or up is fine, but in this case, I'll send it down. I sent it down because 171, I made it go like this. Again, I'm restoring the link that has been, it's not like a really important link, but I'm just restoring it. So you can board from this bus stop, or this bus, I mean, you board from this bus stop. This one is a bus stop pair. And then you can take 171 like this. And honestly, I think this area here needs like a bit more bus stops. A few more bus stops. And then 103, I made it just like this. I mean, 171 and 103, you can pick which one goes here and then which one goes here. It really doesn't matter. As long as there's one inside and then one outside, because over here there's like HDB flats. So it's important to serve both. So that's the reason why I made 171 not call here, but just go through like this. And over here, I've already compensated with like 2 extra services for the loss of like 806. I mean, if you take a look at the red line, the connection, it's still there. I mean, it's not the connection towards here, but like at least it's like some form of connection. And then 171, yeah, same thing. I mean, like this. Because it'll be really weird if I made 967 go like this instead. I just think this setup is way more efficient. And then from here to here, it's honestly not needed. I mean, in compensation for 171, I could put like a bus stop here. And then I would need to settle like the right turn filter or something along those lines. The main point is that this one is not really needed anymore because I already compensated them with like this 860. So you have 860 and then you have 801 as well. Then 801 does 801 does this instead. I mean, I didn't really change 801's route. It's still like this. But in short, this is 806 replacement. So yeah, 3 bus services here and then 2 bus services here. And then, I mean, there's 804 here as well. So all is good. And I think some of you would remember this bus service. As in, this one is not like a Jalan Kayu feeder in the past, but this one, it was supposed to be a service. Someone was saying that there was actually EDS data like actually programmed, but it never really materialized, and they replaced this one with 102. Instead of going like this, they made 102 like go one big round. So in the same fashion, there is actually a way for Pongo to not make this service exist. And it's really simple. The ones that are going to be amended like up to Pongo Coast are like 34, and then there is like an interim service before the Cross Island line opens. I don't know if this one is even gonna be introduced or not, but there is this one, there is this one, and then there is this one. I don't know what routes they're gonna take to Pongo Coast, but if I were to do it, like if you make me plan them, this is how I would plan it. And it's nothing complicated. So 34. Currently it goes like this. But in compensation, I'm gonna make 34 because 34 no longer has to like go inside Pongo interchange. It can just call the bus stop outside. So I will make 34 Surf Waterway Point. I'm not changing what the route is supposed to do because you can just board the buses from outside instead of inside. And then I'm gonna send 34 up North Shore like this. So the main point is basically I'm giving access for people living along these areas to Tampines, IKEA as well as okay, Tampines like Avenue 5 and 2 and the eastern part of 7. And then I'm also giving them access to like Changi Airport as well, like a bus option. It's not the fastest option, but it's a bus option at least. So this is what I'm gonna do with 34. And then the renumbering of 43M, I'm gonna just make it do this new Pongo Road. Just give them straight access to the university. Nothing much to say about this. And then 117, 117 used to go like this, but then it changed to become like this because of feedback from the residents that like they don't want to alight here and then change 119. And many people who take 117, they're bound for like here anyway instead of like over here. That's the reason why 117 was changed. And I'm gonna make use of this. There were bus stops. I mean, there are still bus stops. Now they become unused. I'm gonna make 117 call outside, and I'm gonna make 117 completely eradicate the need for 383. So just gonna send it up like this. And I hope this one actually becomes a reality because 383 is just not gonna make you a whole lot of money. Let's be honest. Because this one is a backdoor of like SIT. I don't know what new developments there will be in this area, and most people would be along this corridor instead. So I would rather you send 117 up there because it's not like a whole lot of people would be using this stretch anyway. So as opposed to like this stretch, so 383 would be rendered kind of useless. Again, I don't think this is the official plans. I'm just saying how I would do it. And then my friend also brought up to me about this point about 84G and W. He was saying that like, maybe 84G and W. I mean, whether you do it like this or like this, it depends on which site you send 382GW to. But let's just say like this. And then you loop up there. He was saying that if you already have one bus like this 104 along this corridor, then there is no real need to make 84G and W anymore, especially since it's not like there's gonna be a whole load of people that are like going to this general area from like this. I mean from like this general area. So 84G and W, it might not even be needed in future. It'll just be 84 and it'll just be targeted towards like people along this side and then people along this side and this side as well. But if you want to retain the G and W, there is actually one option, but you have to ensure that like you get enough demand from like this side of the town. So okay, maybe I'll just use light blue instead because it's easier to see. So instead of sending 84G and W like this, you send it like you could use the semi-express road, then you could use like edge view planes, and then like this. It's just one way to do it. But again, as I was saying, you need to guarantee that there are actually packs over here that want to access this general area. Otherwise like your 84G and W is kind of useless, and it'll be just a lot better to just revert this to the old 84. I mean, not the old 82, 83, 84 like this, but like the old 84 before the G and W. Like, the previous iteration of 84 before the G and W, not the one in the past. So, you could have all of these bus routes, but all I know that besides these, there is hearsay about one bus service from Tampines North. It is like an inter-town route from Tampines North to like Punggol. I don't know Punggol or Punggol Coast, but it sounds like Punggol Coast. So I don't have much information about this. It's just some internal rumor at this point. But honestly, once you have that service like from, I'm just gonna say Punggol general area to like Tampines North, once you have this service, you don't really need anything else. Because to Pasir Ris, you have 39, you have 3, depending on where you're going. To Changi Airport, you have 34, or you can take 34 and then intercept 858 outside. Or if you want to go Tampines, again, you just take 34 outside to the TPE bus stops, or you could take 118 straight, or you could, again, like what I told you, from 34, you intercept like 27, 168, 969. I don't know if like this bus service is actually meant to offload 969 or something. It's to give them a bit more inside access to Tampines North or something along those lines, but yeah. Anyway, it's like kind of adequate already, so I don't really think you need more bus services from like Punggol Coast to Tampines or Pasir Ris or like Changi Airport, because currently the options nearby already suffice. The moral of the story is that this thing shouldn't exist, and I hope it actually doesn't exist. But then, I mean, back then, GAS Intel was saying that, like, hey, this service is more or less true. So I don't even know what to think about it.